Hello everyone, my name is Dusk and I am a variety streamer on Twitch as well as an artist slash creative kind of person or something or other. Anyway, lately I've been really addicted to playing Final Fantasy XIV online, my current favorite MMO of the season, I guess you could say. I mean, besides playing the occasional game of Civilization VI to pass the time, all of my extra free time really goes into this game. I'm also well aware that there is a current trend of all the World of Warcraft players switching over to Final Fantasy XIV, and it's got me really interested in what's going on and seeing all those videos. One thing it got me motivated to do though was to get all the shiny weapons for my favorite classes, or I guess they're called jobs in the game. Because I wanted to show off to all the new players and all the new people joining in. I just want to show off my shiny fancy weapon that I worked really hard for. While I was grinding out some of these weapons, I realized that they're quite difficult to acquire. I mean, some of the earlier ones, which I think are also some of the best looking ones, are just so easy to get. Others though are just such a grind, and it's gonna take me so long, and I'm already exhausted, but I am determined. I started off with getting the weapon for my Red Mage, which is my current favorite job. I don't know, the color red for the magic and the weapons and the armor and all that, everything just panders to my taste and aesthetics. Upon finally achieving and collecting the weapon Tailkeeper Recollection, which is the rapier and focus for my Red Mage, it kind of sparked an idea also. What if I, put my drawing skills to use and go ahead and make some videos, while being inspired by the game? So this is the plan that I came up with. What I'm going to do is go ahead and draw a flower and the corresponding matching weapons for each of my favorite jobs in Final Fantasy. Think of it as just like a little mini series. It'll keep me motivated and kind of get me continue putting out new content. So if that's something that you're really interested in, go ahead and leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to do the notifications. That way you'll know when the next video comes out in this little series. Now, I wasn't sure what to put into this section of the video, so let's just talk about Red Mages. Red Mages were introduced into Final Fantasy XIV with the Stormblood expansion. So if you're new to the game, you're going to have a character that's a Disciple of War or Magic who's level 50 and have purchased the Stormblood expansion. If you have those two requirements met, go ahead and travel to the city of Ul'dah, which is the desert-like city with all the Lalas, and talk to an NPC that's over by the Gate of Thal. She'll be a distraught lass. There'll be a blue quest above her head, and you'll want to take the quest Taking the Red. That will allow you to become a Red Mage in Final Fantasy. Now, Red Mages are a classic Final Fantasy job. They're featured in a whole bunch of different Final Fantasy games, and they have this classic red outfit with a hat and a white feather, often seen wearing a combination of light armor and heavy armor, and wielding swords. In Final Fantasy XIV, these rapier-wielding mages cast both white magic spells as well as black magic spells, though they do not get access to the most powerful and potent spells of each of those tools of magic. Like a white mage has access to regeneration abilities and big powerful heals and group heals, whereas the black mage gets access to devastating spells that completely obliterate enemies on the battlefield. Red mages are kind of like in the middle of that. Powerful in their own right, more of a jack of all trades and master of none, but still well balanced, especially in Final Fantasy XIV. They are a hybrid melee slash range DPS class, which is something I really enjoy. Makes the class feel unique. You're not just a caster, and you're not just like a melee class. It's a nice little blend with abilities that allow you to dash to an enemy and away from an enemy. In 14, the goal is to cast enough black and white magic spells to create pools of black and white mana, which you can then use to unleash powerful red mage spells and enchant your rapier in order to unleash steel-infused attacks upon the enemy. Final Fantasy XIV Red Mages have access to a special trait called Dual Cast. This allows them to insta-cast a spell after they have long casted the previous one. For example, Red Mages have access to the spell Jolt, which has a 2-second cast time. They also have access to Ver Arrow and Ver Thunder, which have 5-second cast times, and if you're in a battle, those 5 seconds are an eternity. With Dual Cast, you can cast Jolt, followed by insta-casting either Ver Thunder or Ver Arrow, unleashing a ton of damage in a short amount of time. This is also a very useful ability when it comes to casting support skills like healing or reviving your allies. Dual cast is also very helpful whenever you're casting spells and abilities while on the move. There are a lot of mechanics in Final Fantasy XIV, and a lot of things are going to try to kill you in all sorts of imaginative ways, and it's best to just not stand in the bad. For me personally, I love the dual nature of the job. The balancing of the mana, white and black magic, using the sword up close, and then dash away, unleashing the most powerful of the Red Mage spells like Verholy and Verflare, and ultimately Scorch, which is the most powerful Red Mage spell right now. It's also very pretty, and it's just everything about the class is just my aesthetic. There is something about the way Red Mage plays that I just really enjoy. I think it's like the versatility of the class. You have a healing skill that can help out allies. You have powerful attack skills. There's a whole dashing in and attacking with the rapier, and then dashing away, and then overall, it's just a really fun and enjoyable class to play, at least in my opinion. And I would highly recommend it, especially if you're trying out Final Fantasy and you get to level 50 and you decide maybe you want to try another class. Definitely pick up Red Mage, because it's not too difficult to learn, and it's really fun and enjoyable, especially as you get closer to the higher levels. For my drawing, I went ahead and used Clip Studio Paint. That's my favorite drawing program right now. I know it just fits my style and how I like to draw and paint and stuff, and it's just a good fit. Feels very natural. I had a little bit of difficulty trying to get the weapons to look nice. I don't know, I've never drawn weapons before, so I have the Tailkeeper, Recollection, Rapier, and I drew the Crystal Focus, which is another, Red Mage theme, having these two items which you can combine into a staff, allowing you to cast spells. I don't know, I think that's kind of interesting, channeling magic through a sword. So I went ahead and chose a rose for representing Red Mage and its magic, because roses are thought of as these romantic flowers that are, generally red in color. And I feel like it just suits the job really well. Let me know in the comments what you think about, using these flowers to represent the different jobs. And if you have any suggestions, or maybe you thought of a different flower that would fit Red Mage even better than the rose. That way I can take those comments into consideration for my next video. I think what I want to do with this video is to just, see how well it does, see what people like, and look at all the statistics, and then decide how I want to tweak the next video. And I'm for sure definitely want to do White Mage next. I went around and took some really nice pictures with some lilies, various colors. I think White Mage, should definitely be, white lilies. That seems appropriate. But lilies are just a very interesting flower. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm kind of excited. I like drawing natural things, and this project seems like it's going to be really enjoyable, at least for me. Anyway, I hope that you all liked this video. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more videos that are going to come out. Just a reminder, I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Dusk Cerberus. I'm a variety streamer, but I do focus mostly on MMOs and RPG. Anything just fantasy is really what I enjoy playing. I don't have a set schedule, so you're going to have to go over there and follow me on Twitch, and don't forget to turn on notifications. That way you know when I do live streams. You have a good time. I have 3 legions and company of free agents, and I kind of do battle. It's a fun time. If you want to know more, go ahead and check out the channel. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you in the next video.